We are to keep the laws. Giving all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Kodash. We are to keep the laws that were given to Moses, the man of the Most High. And this is for you Christians out here, and I think about Vocab Malone and other Christians that say the law is done away with. You know, we don't follow the laws of Moses. Well, this is a cut for you Christians out there that don't understand the scriptures. And you Christians are basically, you're being trained to really stay away from the Israelites. Just don't go around them, because it's not a good look. Because anytime you come around the Israelites, you get spiritually beat down. Especially Vocab, like when he came out to our camp, he really got beat down in the spirit. You know, he showed that he doesn't know the prophecies. And that's the main part of the scriptures right now. The main part of the scriptures that we are to focus on. We are to focus on the whole book. You know, keeping the high holy days, honoring the Sabbath, the new moons. Now, you know what? I have a question concerning the so-called Jews that keep the Sabbath, which is every Friday to Saturday, or Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. I never heard them keep the new moons, which the new moon can fall on a Wednesday, it can fall on a Thursday, it can fall on a Saturday, it can fall on a Friday. I never heard them keep the new moons, so I have to do some research on that. Anyway, I was going through the book of Romans, the 13th chapter, and I was reading from the first verse down, and this is for ETT, which keeps asking me this question to go into this, and I told him it's the Roman Empire. Now, when you read from the first verse and you keep reading down to the 6th, 7th verse, it tells you, it explains that it's the Roman Empire. That the Most High set up the Roman Empire. And to prove that the Most High set up the Roman Empire, you can read Revelation, the 13th chapter. You can read any of the Gospels of Yahweh Shai. He made a statement, you know, about paying tribute, and this is what Paul said. So that's definitely the Roman Empire. And what Paul was saying was, you're not supposed to go against the Roman Empire. And if they tax you, you got to deal with it, because they're the power over you. Because you had a lot of people. You had the Zealots, the Sicarii. You had the first Roman Jewish war took place from 66 AD, 66 AD, during the reign of Nero, which we believe that was this guy, Trump. Now the new president, Biden, he definitely has to be one of those individuals. He could be Vespasian, we don't know. But he was definitely one of them Caesars, because he'd been a part of the new Roman Empire for going on 50 years. So he's going up the ladder. You know, he's a career politician. The first time he swore into any office, he was a young man. Anyway, it says here, so all you have to do is read Romans the 13th chapter from the first verse on down to the 8th verse. Anyway, this is for you Christians out there, and for you Israelites out there that deal with these Christians when they say the law is done away with. And there's also scriptures on Yahweh Shai speaking of the law, and I may go to that one. I believe that's Matthew 19, because a rich man, which was an Israelite, asked, how did he get to the kingdom of heaven? And the Lord said, by keeping the commandments. And the man said, which? And he ran down some of the original commandments that was given to Moses. But here it is again by the Apostle Paul. Romans 13, verse 9. For this thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. And the word there is murder. The word there is actually murder. The word in the Hebrew for kill is harag. That word is not there in the original commandments that the Lord gave, that our Heavenly Father gave to Moses. The word is murder, because in war you kill people. It says, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, now what is Paul saying by if there be any of the other commandment? He's talking about the rest of the commandments, which are found in the first 5 books, which is the first 5 books known as the books of Moses. It is briefly comprehended or understood in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Because the laws consist of what? Honoring the Most High, keeping the Sabbath, keeping his high holy days, and then dealing with your neighbors, which are fellow Israelites. If you steal a bullock from your neighbor, you ought to pay back. The law is fourfold. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and so forth. If you commit adultery, that's a sin unto death. If you break the Sabbath, that's a sin unto death. So for you Christians out there, Paul is considered one of the great Christian leaders. So this is what the Apostle Paul said. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.